Growing up, the stories about Uganda's Idi Amin were the kind that kept you up at night, that he ate human flesh, that he slept in a room lined with severed heads. He appeared in films, became an international punchline, and became the face the West needed Africa to have. Some of those claims came from serious sources, including his own former Minister of Health, who defected and published a memoir. But historians have never verified them to the standard of established fact. What is documented by international human rights organizations is that between 100,000 and 300,000 Ugandans were killed during his 8 years in power. Some put the number to as high as 500,000. He did not need folklore to be monstrous. What that record often leaves out is the other story, the one about who built him. Born in 1925 near Koboko in northwestern Uganda, Amin joined the British colonial King's African Rifles in 1946 as an assistant cook. The colonial military structure promoted soldiers who were loyal, physically imposing, and willing to apply brutal force without question. Amin was all three. He was not just shaped by that system, he was its product. In January 1971, Amin seized power while President Milton Obote was abroad. Britain was among the first countries to formally recognize Amin's government on the basis that doing so would best serve British political and financial interests. Then came the visit that said everything. Just months after the coup, Amin traveled to Britain. British government archives still carry the file, the official Foreign Office record of Idi Amin's 1971 visit to Britain. In Idi Amin, the story of Africa's icon of evil, historian Mark Leopold recounts how Amin was welcomed by the British establishment during the trip, with the Daily Telegraph describing him as a staunch friend of Britain. The man the world would later call the butcher of Uganda dined with the empire. Back home and across the continent, Amin played a different role. He renamed streets and institutions, stripping them of colonial names. He expelled Uganda's Asian population, framing it as economic liberation, triggering a severe collapse that gutted the country. He aligned with Libya and the Palestinian cause and spoke the language of Pan-African defiance that resonated deeply across the continent. His regime collapsed after he invaded Tanzania in 1978. Amin fled to Saudi Arabia, where he died in 2003. Idi Amin was ruthless. His reign was defined by mass killings, torture, and ethnic persecution. But his story is incomplete without the empire that trained him, rewarded his brutality, recognized his illegal coup, and flew him to meet the Queen.